Good evening. Welcome to So in the Bourbon. We are back in Charlie's basement. Charlie, what are we doing tonight?
Tonight, we're doing Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Okay, Charlie, Bardstown Bourbon Company. If you haven't heard of it, it's probably because it hasn't been around very long, right?
Yeah, that, you're probably a loser. No, that's not true. But yeah, it's newer, right?
Yes, established in 2014.
Okay.
They provide custom distilling
And
to bourbon and rye.
Yeah. What's cool about Bardstown is Bardstown went the other way from the typical bourbon experience. If you've been on the bourbon tour, if you've been to distilleries, you know that it's all steeped in heritage and rustic and oak-lined drives to Pappy's cabin. And Bardstown's like, nah, dog. Yeah. We're going to be like Napa Valley here.
Yes, they are. Now, I will say they do. It is in Bardstown. It's on a 100-acre farm, grain to glass distillery, so it has all that.
Correct.
But it's very modern.
Correct.
Very chic.
Classy.
They've got a really nice restaurant there that I haven't been to, but I've heard it's really good.
They don't let people like me into places like that. I'd like to go, but they're just like, nah, you're not coming.
And the most important thing about Bardstown, at least to me, is they are focused on transparency.
It's the coolest.
Yeah. In a day and age where more and more brands are not very transparent.
And it's been like that since day one. The coolest thing, and in this market especially, and Glenn and I just went through this, and I went through this last week again, going to especially larger stores, and you just will see a new bourbon brand or a new bottle or something, and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, I don't even know what that is. And Bardstown, since day one, has this awesome little label on the side that tells you exactly what it is, how old it is, what percentage of whatever is in there, and the mash bill. So you're really making an informed decision, and especially if you're an experienced bourbon drinker, you can look at it and be like, ooh, I bet I'm going to like that.
Right. Or even if you're not an experienced bourbon drinker and you're just getting started, you quickly will be able to learn what mash bills you like and what you don't like.
I like this. I wonder why.
Right.
Oh, okay, I like this. Oh, boy, they're both high rye or they're both high corn. And then that makes you a more dangerous consumer.
Absolutely. And speaking of mash bills, they have the capacity to produce 50 different mash bills. 50 different mash bills, which is awesome. It is. And since they started distilling in 2016, they have quadrupled their capacity. So they have quickly become one of the largest sources of whiskey in the United States.
Super cool story. Yes, it doesn't have the epic history and the brand name and a picture of an old man on it. But what it does have is locally grown and sourced grain to glass and transparency. So
absolutely.
It's pretty awesome what they're doing there.
Yeah, so let's talk about what we have here in front of us today, because they have different series that they put out. So this is the Origin series. So this is their distillate. So they have some other series that have Fusion, Discovery, Collaborative, and the Distillery series. And we're not going to go into all that. If you want to check out their website, you can find out what all the different series are. But they do a lot of blending of other source products. They do collaborations with other distillers. They do all kinds of cool things.
They've got some awesome stuff out there.
But this is their distillate, which is
why we're doing the episode.
Exactly.
So how old is this?
This is 6 years old, Charlie.
What's the mash bill?
Mash bill is 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% malted barley, so a high rye mash bill. Bing!
One of my favorite mash bills.
96 proof. And so suggested retail on this is $44.99. I think I paid.
I peeled it off. It was like 51
something.
$50. So which is an awesome price. Age stated 6 years, high rye mash bill, 96 proof. That's right in there for what is now an affordable bottle of bourbon.
So not bad at all. And I love this. You can't see it. First of all, the bottle's beautiful, but on the back of the bottle, and you can see it through the front. is
corn
stalks.
It's corn.
So,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bottle. Presentation, 100%. It's got a nice big heavy metal cork on it. Super excited to get into this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
No more talkie.
No more talkie. So, nice amber color. Not super dark, but not super light either. It's got a little...
Nice clean to the glass. Puts a nice ring around it. Nice slow. Yeah, that's a high rye.
Yeah, you can pick up some sweet corn on it, but you've also got that rye funk coming through.
The sweet corn's there, but not a lot. And that spicy rye.
A little bit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that's a very pleasing nose.
A little bit of burnt sugar on it, but not a whole lot. Not much. Not a whole lot of oak.
No, but 6 years.
Let's taste.
See what this tastes like. That's real good.
It is good. That's
real good. So this mash bill is what I often refer to as like the MGP high rye mash bill. That's 60-36-4. That I love. That is definitely in my wheelhouse. It's like my favorite. This is very good.
It is good. You immediately get the rye spice.
Yep.
There's a little... It's not sweet, but it's got like a fruity... Almost a fruity, citrusy sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Are you getting that?
Yeah. It's really kind of a battle on your palate.
It is.
Because it's the sweetness of the corn is there, and then the rye spice kicks in, and then you get this oaky kind of dark chocolate, like really not a bitter in a bad way, but like kind of that licorice. It's really nice, and the sweetness is there, but it's just there enough. Like it's not an overly sweet. It's a really nice.
It's not that candy corn sweetness that you'll get with a high corn or a very young whiskey. Not
even close.
But it's just enough on the sides of your tongue to kind of balance out the spice.
If it had any less sweetness, I think it would be unpleasant because the rye spice hits you, and then you're left with kind of this kind of dark, bold, oaky flavor, which is kind of surprising in a 6 year.
It kind of dries up on you.
It does
quickly, but it lingers though.
Yeah, it does linger.
It's got a nice finish.
Really surprising. This is not what I expected. And 96 proof.
It drinks higher than, not in a bad way.
It drinks a little higher, but it's also, there's a level of complexity there that 96 proof is still, some people would call that, that's pretty high proof, but I mean, it's pretty complex for 96 proof. There's a lot of water in there.
That's a really good, that's a good bourbon. I'm glad I picked this up. And it's still lingering. It's just now starting to kind of fade off my tongue, but
yeah, it's one of those finishes. And if you've had one of these, you know kind of what I'm talking about. It's one of those finishes where it lingers, and when it's gone, you're like, more of that, please. Like your palate's like, I need some more. Like I need to process that more. Give me more of that. And that's what this is. And it's again, it's not a transcendent, like amazing. It's just for $50, it's a really good,
drink,
transparent drinking bottle of bourbon.
That's one of the bottles you'd keep on your counter as maybe not an everyday drinker, but one that you'd go back to quite often and you would enjoy going back to and look forward to going back to.
It checks a lot of boxes. Let's put it that way.
So kudos to master distiller Steve Nally, head distiller is Nick Smith. Doing some fantastic things out there at Bardstown Bourbon. I need to get out there. I've been saying this for a long time. We need to get out there and check that place out.
I had a couple of their early on, a couple of years ago, their Finnish series, like their Armagnac, and I had another. I think I had one of the Fusions, and I was impressed by both of those. And I thought, man, they're doing some cool things just with the blending of MGP and some of their younger stuff.
I think I had the Fusion 7 series, which was...
I may have had that one too.
Yeah. And I don't remember
What's it
tasting
taste like?
notes or anything, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Why this makes me excited is we're really, we talk about this a lot that, is there a bourbon glut? It seems like and we just talked about this, every day there's a new brand and every day there's something new coming out. But the future is really bright for bourbon because there's going to continue to be some older, like this is great at 6 year. I can't wait to see what it's like at 8 year. Or I can't wait to see what it's like at barrel proof, or I can't wait to see what it's like finished. I mean, good bourbon is good bourbon, and they're making a lot of it, which is excellent. That's good bourbon. That's good bourbon.
All right, Charlie. Are we going to rate this one?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Let's go.
You go first.
Oh, I'm going to go first. I will rate this total package, right? Mm-hmm. Price point, look at the bottle, taster. I will give this a solid 7.75.
7.75. Okay. So I'll go the same route. For if you can get it for a suggested retail $44.99, and it's pretty readily available. I'll give it a solid 7.5. 7.5 for sure. 7.5.
Yeah, that's a really good, really nice bottle of bourbon. And it's something, why I like it is because it's not something that everybody's going to have. So it's something cool that you can share with people and say, hey, you got to try this from these people. And hopefully it opens the door for you to try other.
Absolutely. And one thing that I forgot to research for this episode is their distribution.
I
don't know where you can get it, if you can get it in multiple states or if it's...
And this is peak So Into Bourbon that we point out our mistakes in the episode.
We will edit this.
No, we're not. We'll edit it at the bottom.
At the bottom of the screen.
We like to be in episode and then say, you know what? We forgot the mics. I knew we forgot
That's
something.
why we are. That's why we do what we do. And that's
idiots.
We're who we are.
Just idiots.
We're not professionals here. We're just
idiots who drink.
Two idiots having fun.
Who drink.
Right. All right,
Glenn.
Charlie, before we go.
Yes.
Let's talk about our Old Louisville Whiskey Company hat giveaway.
And other stuff, too. So watch our episode, previously released episode about our trip to Old Louisville Whiskey Company. And then we need you to like that video. We need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which you should be doing anyways.
Yes.
And then they got to what?
You need to send us an email. sointobourbon@gmail.com. That's SOIN, the number 2, bourbon@gmail.com. Put in the subject line hat.
And then put in the body, Glenn is a handsome devil. It will improve your chances of winning.
Yes, lying always helps. But make sure you subscribe, and then we'll get you entered. And as soon as we hit 500 subscribers to the YouTube channel, we will randomly pick someone, and they will get this lovely hat. And gosh, who knows what else might show up.
What other goodies I may throw in that box with that hat.
All right, Charlie. Are we finished?
I think we're finished.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Follow Glenn on TikTok.
Yeah, Whiskey Realtor. Join the Facebook group, So Into Bourbon.
Follow us on Instagram. And as always, keep your bungholes tight.
Just spilled whiskey on the hat.
The best thing is we have it on video.
It's going to smell like
it's on video. We have it on video.
Whoever wins that hat, it comes with an extra special smell.
That is amazing. It's freaking awesome. The arsonist had shaped feet.
Bardstown Bourbon Company provides custom distilling options to brands in the bourbon and rye whiskey categories. Okay. So you got one.
We're sitting on a rainbow. In spite of ourselves, honey.
Do this shit.
Better edit that out.
What?
The S word.
What?
The children, Glenn. Bardstown Bourbon Company. Take 1.